Hi, it's Des here. I'm in Berlin. I'm at Bosch Connected World 2019. I have the pleasure of being joined by Bernd Heinrichs, who's the Chief Digital Officer for Bosch Mobility Solutions. So that's cars, planes, trains, automobiles. Bernard, thanks for making time to catch up with me.
Thank you, Des.
So exciting show. Firstly, congratulations on an amazing year. 2019, almost a regular doubling of size on the event, and a lot to cover. But there are three key things I would really got you to talk about, and particularly things around the e-scooter coupe solution, the wrong-way driver warning system, and also the community-based parking solution, which I believe is essentially a search engine for car parking spaces, which you did with Mercedes, So maybe firstly just introduce yourself and your role and what it entails within, I guess, the whole mobility challenge.
Thank you. So thanks for picking the right parts which I want to explain. So my role, Chief Digital Officer for Mobility Solutions, means that I'm really taking care of all digital developments which we are driving in the mobility sector, which is Bosch's biggest part of the business. Right? And what I'm demonstrating to you is really what is data-driven, what is really using data to generate services and software for our customers. If it is an OEM customer, if it is a consumer, if it is a city or whatever, right? That is my charter to make that happen.
It's an exciting job.
Yeah, it is.
So let's talk about the e-scooter, the coupe solution. Tell us about what it is. We're standing in front of one here, bright green. I wish I could take it home.
It looks good, right?
Indeed. So tell us about this whole story. How did this come about? What was Bosch's part in it? And what does the solution do currently?
So we, about 2 years ago, we came up with the idea that we want to go into the play of mobility service, offering mobility service to the market, to consumers directly. In order to do that, you need to give an offer to the public, right? And to reach a customer or the consumer, you need to have something really attractive, which is fun, which is really, which everybody likes to do. And in addition, we recognize that the mobility market is changing, especially in cities, in urban environments. A lot of people want to have different modalities to go through the city, and there are a lot of regulation which are pushing it, so the people don't go with a car, with an individual car anymore, but they want to go shared, they want to go, for example, train or whatever, but they also would like to get something completely fancy and new, electrically driven, like a scooter, an electric scooter like this. That is what you see here. Really speedy, really fun, and exciting for young people as well as for old people. And we said, okay, our interest is really to offer really this service to the consumers and to learn about how to deal with this kind of business, right? To track the data, to do the payment, to offer operations. We are replacing the batteries at night so that in the next morning you can take the scooter wherever it was placed in the night before to move on. And we do this now with 5,000 scooters on the streets in Berlin, in Paris, and in Madrid. And we are going to extend that over the rest of the year with another 1,500. Because really the request for that is really there.
Yeah, well, I guess there's big community interest, is there? Because in places like London, you've got congestion charges, so it costs more to drive a car. People, as the younger generation coming along, they want less petrol, more intelligent power systems. But also, I guess there's a safety component, and that is that scooters are probably a little more agile and nimble. The cars are big and heavy, and a whole range of those things. Exciting project. So, will we see it in Sydney soon, I hope?
Yeah, Sydney would be a good place to be. Good weather, so you can drive all the time.
You might need to have it in gold colour for Australians.
We can discuss that, right? So
you've also done some other exciting things. So one of the things that jumped out at me today was the wrong-way driver solution, right? So when we talk about wrong-way driver, the thing that comes to me is like it's telling me I'm going maybe down the freeway entrance the wrong way, but I guess there's a lot more to that. So tell us about what that solution is and what it entails.
So the basis for that is really that the cars are getting connected, or the mobile phones in the cars are getting connected to the cloud, to the fog, and you are gathering information about people who are driving. And yes, you recognize exactly that there is somebody going into the wrong direction, access onto or it's taking an exit and trying to get on the Autobahn. But the key thing then is that you inform not only the driver that he's going into the wrong direction, but you inform all of the other people who are close by that there is somebody going into the wrong direction, so that they get within 10 seconds, they get informed that something is going wrong before any radio station or whatever can inform you.
I like that.
Yeah, and I tell you, in April we saved 2 lives already.
Wow.
We are aware of that. And the solution is now deployed in millions of app user devices, right? To get the information. That's great. I love it, right?
Yeah, indeed. Well,
and for us, that is really the charter behind it. Save life, and make it more safe to drive a car.
There's no more compelling sales pitch than saving lives.
Yeah.
But I do like that concept of hive decision making, because I think we see this with traffic jams, that we've seen data science models showing that one small car change can have a flow-on sort of ripple effect.
Yeah.
And if we can reverse that process where you can tell the network that something has gone wrong, the network can respond and we remove that flow-on effect. No more bumper-to-bumper crashes, right?
Exactly. And I'm a fan of, the next step would be really to, when you talk about connected, you can connect each car and each device to something, but the next step is really to connect the really moving parts to each other,
right?
So that it becomes even more high performance, and the information is getting even faster to the recipient, because one device is talking to the next device, and not only through the cloud. Right? This is the next step we are doing.
And I guess there's that transition from notifying the human driver to eventually notifying the system that's driving the car because it's autonomous, which then completely changes the game. And we can probably talk all day about that. Now, the other one that also excited me was, as cities get busier and busier and fuller, even though we still have a lot of cars, parking spaces are a nightmare, particularly in shopping malls. You've done some exciting work with Mercedes, which I'd love to hear about, with the community-based parking solution. So I asked the question kind of how to describe this, and someone said it's a search engine for parking spots. Tell me about the community-based parking solution, and I'd love to learn more about that journey you went with Mercedes and how they came to the picture and what that engagement was like.
They are the first in place, right? And we came together and came up with the idea, which is you can say it's a crowd-based idea, right? So where everybody is getting involved and providing information on free parking spaces, right? And it's a vehicle recognizing that with their radar and camera systems, and this information is gathered in a vehicle and it's transported into the cloud, into the data center, and then it is really worked on and mingled with other information, so that you have an up-to-date, real-time information about open parking spots close by or in specific areas, and you can then inform people who are approaching this area about these places, right? Even about the size, about the pricing, about the duration you can take it, and all of that. And it's even combined with information which is coming from Mercedes in that case about really public parking spaces which are in park houses or whatever, right? Then you have a complete picture more and more about a whole city, right? Which is great.
This is exciting. And I guess when you build on the things around the e-scooter solution and the wrong way driver solution, this seems a natural extension, because not excuse me. Not only does that provide a great service so I can find a car spot, but I can also then increase the safety in that I'm making cars travel the least distance to get to the best space. Therefore, I'm not on the road as much. I'm not driving in there. Exciting.
I need to hire you. You have good ideas, right? It's good, right? I like that.
Well, Bernd, it's been an absolute pleasure to get to catch up with you. Great to see you. Congratulations again on Bosch Connected World 2019.
Thank you.
Awesome event. I think it just gets better and better and better every year. I can't imagine what next year's going to be. And great beverages and food as well. Look, and you've got an exciting role with the whole Chief Digital Officer space in this mobility space, and I imagine that it's going to broaden on a regular basis. So good thing you've got broad shoulders to carry this. Next 18 to 12 or 12 to 18 months, kind of, what's on the horizon for you? What are you thinking about next after this event? And a lot of exciting things happen. When things quieten down a bit, what are the next big things that you're thinking about?
Oh, there are a lot. If you look around, you see the volocopter outside, the flying things. I think what is going to happen is shared economy is happening in the mobility space. So people want to join others in their trip, reducing costs and having more fun. it's electrified, it's autonomous driving. This will happen, and we would see it. That is hard work to do.
Yeah.
The good thing for me is I love it because it's really something which we do with others. And you see a lot of others around here. That is a partnership approach,
right,
which we are pushing for, right? So getting the best of the best around us, with us, and develop these solutions, which makes our lives more safe, more efficient, more fun, stress-free. These are things we are following up.
That's the ultimate sales pitch, because you had me at hello and all of that. Well, congratulations again. Thank you very much for making time, and I look forward to watching the next 12 to 18 months and beyond with you and your team and the amazing things that Bosch is doing.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Des.
Cheers.
Thank you.